What is up? How y'all doing tonight? It is Friday. Hope everybody had a good week. We got more crazy stuff happening. For y'all that missed it, I know it's airtime, man, and I wanted to talk about airplanes today, but something special happened that I wasn't expecting at the beginning of the week, and that was a pre-Black Friday sale that they announced on Monday. Actually, it was Tuesday, and the pre-Black Friday sale was only Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and they had this beast, the Kraton EXB, one of the nastiest 6S monster trucks that's available, on sale for the low price of $328. What? And come on now, I had to get it. And we've also got the Losi Lasernut. Now both of these are like a year old, right? So I don't get like brand new stuff. But man, these things are nasty, and they're awesome. And we're gonna put some surface stuff on the channel. You know, I mean, it just happens. I like surface stuff, and I have forever, and it's all right. And I just couldn't pass it up, man. The deal that they had on this Kraton EXB. So most of the stuff that they had in the pre-Black Friday sale. So they did have the T28. Awesome deal on the T28. Awesome deal on the UMX Turbo Timber. So if you missed out, I mean, the sale's already over, so that sucks. And I wish you'd have gotten it. You know, I think they had the UMX Turbo Timber on sale for $111. They had the, oh, what was it? They had the, let's see, the Sport Cub SS, the little one, little UMX guy, was on sale for $111. They had the T28 on sale for like $160, I think. Kraton EXB, this is normally like $500. They had the thing on sale for $328. Like everything was 30% off, but it was crazy. It was crazy. So, Keith Christie, unfortunately, there's not going to be any good news. Not the news I was hoping for, right? So, and that's okay too. So, yeah, the NX6 was on sale, dirt cheap. I mean, all of this stuff, considering what their normal prices are, when they run a sale for 30% off, man, come on. Like, you got to jump on that. Now, for those of you guys that missed the pre-Black Friday sale, and you missed out on some of the awesome deals that were going on, they are running a 4 times point special for all rewards members at Horizon right now. And to me, when they're running like those 4X point specials, or the, you know, the bounce back specials or whatever, like the bounce back coupons, that 4X points, I mean, that amounts to a lot. If you are part of their rewards program, and I know most of you guys might be, you know, part of the Horizon Rewards program, where you can jump in there, and not only do you get 4X points, but you also get your multipliers that are associated with those things. No, man, it won't be a total car show. We're still going to talk about airplanes. You know, truth is, I just got done putting all the electronics and stuff in here, and I didn't have time to like go and, you know, I had 3 minutes. 3 minutes to throw something together. So, yeah, I just got done getting all the electronics and everything installed in the Kraton EXB. Yeah, it's $328, but it's like an ARF. So it doesn't come with a power system. You know, it doesn't come with your motor. It doesn't come with an ESC. It doesn't come with a steering servo. It doesn't come with a receiver. You got to put all that stuff in there. But other than that, it's pre-built. It's ready to rock. You just got to do all that stuff. This thing is ready to run out of the box. Very cool. So Dwan Smith, do me a favor. The next time that you see the elite membership thing, put it in your cart and use the coupon code ELITE. If you put the elite membership in your cart and you use the coupon code ELITE, it will give you half off. It'll take 50% off the price of the elite membership. At $60 or $65 or whatever the cost is, it's well worth it in my opinion, just to be able to have the flexibility, because we all, I mean, I can't imagine anybody in here, you know, if you shop at Horizon, you probably shop at Horizon a lot. And there's a lot of times when you're stuck, you know, putting a whole bunch of stuff in your cart, trying to get to that $100 or $50 shipping cost threshold to get your free shipping. Well, now, as long as they can ship it in the air, you get free 2-day shipping. And that's like air freight, right? Like not ground. I mean, most of the stuff was getting to me in 2 days anyway. But the thing to keep in mind here is that there is no minimum order anymore. So if you're a Legend member and you're eligible for Elite, you put the Elite membership in your cart, you use the coupon code ELITE, and it's $60. I believe so, Keith. Yeah, it lasts for a year. Yeah, look, I get it. Most of us, you know, but let's say you need to buy a part. You need to buy like a freaking a prop nut. But look, it's happened to me. I've lost one. I still have no idea where that prop nut is for the Draco, but luckily they had more. But say you just, that's all you need. All you need is, say, one servo. Free shipping for that servo, no more minimums. And you get the free 2-day option. So instead of like FedEx Home, you get FedEx 2-day, which is normally $20. You get 3 things that are below that threshold, and it's already paid for itself. Not to mention you get the 1.75x multiplier instead of the 1.5 multiplier that you got when you were a Legend member. And if you like merch, you get 30% off all their merchandise, right? So if you want to get you some Spectrum shirts, or you want to get you some, I mean, whatever. Every piece of merchandise they have at the Horizon Hobby website is 30% off for Elite members, and you get a free merch package every year. So there's a lot of benefits to the Elite membership. Oh, and you also get a direct dial number to your Elite people, you know, so you know how they don't have phone support anymore? You have to do the chat. If you're Elite, you get a number and you can call directly, and you have like a dude that's like assigned to you. You know, they have Elite liaisons or whatever that will get you connected straight to whatever level of support you need. And you also go to the front of the line for back ordered items. I mean, there's a lot of benefits to it. So, you know, if you want to do it, great. If you don't want to do it, that's great too. For the people that have pulled the trigger and gotten the Elite memberships, as long as you're ordering a ton of stuff from Horizon anyway, I promise you that thing is going to pay for itself. You know, with the multiplier and reward points and the money off on merchandise and all the other stuff that goes along with it, I think it's a great deal. You know, it is what it is. Yeah, Lana, I get it. You know, regular shipping for me, FedEx Home is 2 days. You know, and that's like from Champaign, Illinois, all the way down to Atlanta. Um, uh, the thing for me is, I have been in many situations where all I needed was one small item, and I didn't want to buy it without adding a whole bunch of other stuff to the cart. So I end up spending $50 to get the free shipping because I don't want to pay, you know, $7 extra and the taxes. I mean, there's pros and cons to everything, right? It's up to you guys. If you want to do the elite membership, completely up to you. You're not gonna hurt my feelings if you don't get it. But I think that there are definitely some that the pros outweigh the cons for me. And I went ahead and paid the $60 and got into the elite program, and it's already paying big dividends because when I got this thing, I got like a crap ton of points for a $328 purchase. So, you know, it is what it is, right? Not only were they running like this Black Friday sale, but they were also running the three times points on everything. And now they're running 4 times points on all E-flite planes. So if you did miss the Black Friday sale or they didn't have something that you were looking for me, if you're one of the reward points members, I mean, even if you're a basic, you know, like basic rewards point member, 4 times the points is huge. Every 2,000 points, I think, is $5, you know. So I think I was looking at it yesterday with no multiplier at all. If you were to get like the RV7, which I think is $250, $260 or something like that, with 4 times points, that RV7 is going to get you a $25 reward certificate to spend on your next purchase. So yeah, you might pay full price for this one, but the next one you're going to get $25 off. And that adds up. You know, so the more you spend, the more points you get, right? I mean, that's how that works. So, I mean, for me, it pays for itself. Mark M, what's going on? Keith Christie, I'm not sure about that. I don't know that you do. I think if you're an elite member, you just get to stay an elite member, but you do have to pay into it every year, right? So you had to have become eligible. And the only way to become eligible, I believe, was to be a legend member in good standing, right? And you can either choose to stay as a legend member or you can buy into the elite program. I don't think that non-legend, you know, rewards members were eligible to buy into the elite program. I could be wrong. So, like I said at the beginning of the show, the reason that these things are sitting here, I got the Kraton EXB as part of the pre-Black Friday sale. Normally like $470. It was on sale for $328. And I just got done putting all the electronics and everything in it. So we set it up to basically have the same, you know, get up and go as the Kraton 6S. So the Kraton 6S has obviously a 6S power system, 150 amp ESC with a 2050 kV motor. And that's what we put in here. So all of the electronics and everything have been installed. So we'll go ahead and, you know, do the cool thing here and zoom. Yep, so here in the back we've got that Spectrum motor installed. Right, Sean? And we've got the 130 amp Spectrum Firma ESC, a DS servo, coreless digital Metal Gear high torque, high speed steering servo, and we installed a Spectrum SR215 two-channel surface receiver up in that thing. What's up? Yeah, Ryan, man, I just got done. I just got done getting it running. So there'll definitely be some dirt on it tomorrow. There's a little bit of dirt on it. I did take it for a quick rip in the front yard just to make sure that everything was moving in the right directions. I mean, same kind of pre-flight stuff we do on an airplane. So I took it out for a quick little rip, and I'll tell you, this thing, it's insane. And the 6S Kraton is insane too. They both got the same power system, same, you know, speed-wise, they should be very equivalent. But this one is going to be much tougher. And now, having two of them, I can give the Kraton 6S to Amy. And we're going to have two of these bad boys to take out and have fun. We've also got the Lasernut that we can take out and have fun. I'll tell you what, this Lasernut, it's a dirt buggy, dune buggy type deal. It is a bigger version of like the Losi DB Pro tenacity frame. It's a little longer wheelbase. It's got the same wheelbase as the Kraton 6S in a buggy format. This thing is also a wild beast. So lots of surface stuff out there to check out. I mean, I'm telling you, we're getting into these cold months, man. It's going to start snowing and people are going to be like, I can't go and play with my planes. Man, this thing doesn't give a crap about snow. The Kraton 6S don't give a crap about nothing. The Kraton 8S really doesn't give a crap about nothing. So lots of fun to be had in the surface world, but I get it. My heart's in the airplanes too. So on the airplane side, I finally got my all of the stuff pulled out of my old Spitfire wings. So if you guys remember that watch the show regularly, I crashed my free wing Spitfire. Got it caught in a tree about a month ago. Went back a couple weeks later and shook it out of the tree. And somehow magically, the only thing that got scratched up was the wings. The fuselage got broke, but it was a nice clean break, and I foam tacked it back together. And now the fuselage is as strong as it's ever been. The motor was fine. ESC, electronics, all that stuff was fine. Even the battery was fine. I was able to get the battery recovered, and I've run it through a couple of cycles since then. And I mean, it still got low internal resistance. It was a pretty new pack when I got it stuck up in the tree. So everything is great. The plane's in fantastic shape. I'm shocked. So I got the new wings put together, ready to go. Everything's working good in the new wings. So we're going to be able to get the Spitfire back up in the air shortly, which makes me happy. George Watts, they're fun, man. And look, for those of you guys that don't want to go and get something that's like got earth-shattering speed, like the Kraton 6S is fast. It's fast. The Lasernut is fast. The new Vendetta, you guys saw that a couple weeks ago. That thing is wicked fast. If you're wanting something that's a little more relaxed, something that you can get out, enjoy with the kids, let them take a rip, it's a ton of fun. Get yourself a crawler. And if you don't want one of the big crawlers, get one of the little ones. The little SCX 24 is fantastic. It's awesome. It's awesome. So the other thing that I got today, it's upstairs and you wouldn't be that impressed by it anyway, with the looks of it. But the data that I'll be able to get off of it is pretty cool, right? Even though I don't really like GPS speed for airplanes, it still seems to mean something to people. Excuse me. I don't know that that actually helps, like covering my mouth, because what I'm doing is just directing all of that right to my microphone that's right here. So, like, it just directs all that belchiness straight into the microphone. Kenny, what's going on, man? Dude, the crawlers are great, George. If you got one, I don't think you'd be disappointed. They're a lot of fun. And like I said, I mean, you got grandkids, you got the grandkids coming over that you're watching every now and then. I mean, crawlers would be great. Just stick the freaking, just hand the transmitter to the kids and let them go outside and just have a blast with it. I mean, they're almost indestructible. It's really hard to break a crawler. They're not fast enough to really run into anything and hurt what you ran into or the truck. I mean, they're great. They're a load of fun. So I got one of the little Sky RC. It's a little GPS module, but it's Bluetooth, right? GLONASS, whatever. You just stick it in the plane, and it measures speed, it measures altitude. I think it measures G forces and stuff like that, and it takes like data logging and whatever. And it's Bluetooth. It has a little app. And you can take that and like take a little snapshot of it. So for people that want to know like, oh, how fast was the plane? It takes all the guesswork out of it. I don't have to guess and be like, I think it was going about 100. Now we can tell you exactly how fast it was going. And it's not one of those cheapy ones, that's got like the little LCD readout. I don't know that I trust those as much. This one seems to have a more accurate GPS unit in it. And it's great. George, man, I'm telling you, uh, look, if it's for your grandson, George, start with a little one. Hold on, I'm ducking up under here because it's easier. Start with a little one. This is the one I got. I mean, I now have an SCX10 and a Gen 8, Red Cat. But the first crawler I got was this guy. It's the little Axial SCX24. This is the perfect size, especially for your grandson. It comes ready to run. I mean, it comes with everything. It comes with the truck. It comes with the controller. It comes with, I believe it comes with the batteries you need for the controller. It definitely comes with the battery for the truck, and it comes with the charger for the truck, all USB, right? And these things are a load of fun. It's really simple, but I mean, it crawls very well. It's 24 scale. It's like 150, 160 bucks, something like that. Man, it's awesome. Nice, Nate. Nice. Oh, are they only 125, Wild Bill? I thought they were a little more expensive than that. So yeah, 125, it's a great deal. And George, I think your grandkids would absolutely love a little truck like this. It's got working lights. There's a ton of upgrades that you can get for these things. So, say they want to you know, make it do better, whatever. You can add a bunch of weight to them. You can get all the same brass bits. Everything that you can get for the big ones, you can get for the little SCX 24s. They're awesome. They're awesome little trucks. We wouldn't steer you wrong, George. And that way you don't have to get it for yourself. You can get it and you can hand it to your grandkid with no regrets and just say, "Here, take it home. It's for you." They'd be awesome Christmas presents. Awesome Christmas presents. And I think they'd have a ton of fun with them. I mean, you can use them in the house. You can take them outside. They're tough. You really can't break it. They're not like super fast, so you're not going to be ripping through the yard or nothing like that. It's certainly not like this thing that goes like 60 miles an hour. I mean, this thing goes like 3 miles an hour. It's awesome. I have other great news, folks. Are y'all ready for this? Yeah, the SCX-10, all the SCX-10s, not the SCX-10s, all the SCX-24s, so the little crawlers, like this one, are all built on the same chassis. So you're going to get a little bit of differences in wheels, tires, but for the most part, they're all built on the same chassis. So it doesn't matter if you get the SCX-24 deadbolt, the C10, it doesn't matter which body you get on the chassis, all of the trucks are basically the same. You get the Jeep, it's basically the same thing. Fred, we will be doing one as soon as the show is over tonight. We will be floating directly into the Zoom. So, and that's going to be in about 30 minutes, but we'll definitely take care of you. We'll get you the link. So yeah, the deadbolt is cool. Oh, I almost forgot. Great news, everybody. Great news. So it's been months ago now, but for a long time, the thing was out of stock. We didn't know when it was going to come in. We didn't know what was going on, but we all chipped in quite a bit of money to buy a Draco and an NX10 and an S2200 battery charger and a couple of 5006S smart packs for Lyndon Stewart down in Guyana, South America. It took forever for the Draco to get here. It took forever. And Matt M. and Rich M., who frequent the channel quite a bit, they were gracious enough to hold on to most of the items that showed up before the Draco finally came in stock. The Draco finally got here about 6 weeks ago-ish. And it took us a little bit, about a week, 2 weeks, to get all of the shipping information sorted out. But the good news is that Lyndon received his Draco, I think 2 days ago. And it is the only Draco in the entire country of Guyana. He also got a new NX10, you know, because of our goodwill and the charitable, you know, basically donations that we made. To be able to do that for him was awesome. So he's got the Draco now. He's got the Draco. He's got the NX10. He's got the batteries. He's got the charger. And tomorrow he's going to be inviting, or actually he, you know, told his flying club, you know, sent them some pictures of what he had received. And apparently, like, the entire flying club is coming to, you know, to do like a big thank you video for us. And I thought that was super cool, man. I get a little sentimental on this stuff, right? Because, you know, some people have said to me, like, hey, you know, what if Lyndon makes a lot of money and we did all this for somebody who's like rich? I don't care. That was never something that I thought about. America. How many hobby stores are down there that are selling brand new Horizon equipment? You know, the stuff that they get down there, it takes years before they have it in their hands. And I wanted to be able to do something special and get it down there while it was still a fairly new release. Now, unfortunately, it was on back order for like 6 freaking months. So We couldn't get it out as a new release, but we got it to him pretty quick, as cool as we could. So it was still awesome of us to be able to get that done for Lyndon, really for the whole country. I mean, he's going to be able to share this, and there's going to be a ton of people that are going to just get a huge kick out of seeing this Draco in action. And that was thanks to everybody here. So thank all of you, anybody that contributed, anybody that was here, anybody that like egged us on and said, yeah, man, do it. All of it paid off in the end. And he seems just thrilled to the moon to have received his Draco, and is just super thankful that we were able to do that. Rich M, did you guys take it all out of the box and program everything? I don't think he does know that. If Rich M and Matt took the NX10 and programmed the Draco into it and got it all ready to rock before they shipped it out, that's awesome. I did not know that. So if that's true, yeah, look at those guys, man. Rich M and Matt took the Draco, took the NX10, bound it up, got it ready to rock before they ever sent it down here. That is awesome. Look at that. They watched my video and set it up using my video. That's funny because I think you guys are Futaba guys, right? So you guys would have been lost in an NX10. That's great, man. Thank you guys for doing that. That is above and beyond. And I mean, that's huge. That's huge. Really cool, man. So I think they're going to have a blast with that Draco. I hope that it does well for them. You know, some folks have had problems with the landing gear and all that stuff. And what I hope is that, that they keep the foam in good shape, number one. That it doesn't get wrecked to the point of not being able to do something to at least keep it flying and in the air. Even though I've had some issues with the landing gear on the Draco, I mean, getting parts for them is going to be a whole different ball game than getting parts like we do. I mean, like I said earlier in the show, we're elite members. I want a landing gear for the Draco. I go on there, I get my landing gear, doesn't matter what the price is, they send it to me and I get it in 2 days. I mean, it took us weeks, months to get stuff down to him. So just imagine, I mean, I'm super happy, and I hope that he gets years of enjoyment out of it. Even if he only gets 1 day of enjoyment out of it, the smile on his face would be just priceless. So that's awesome. Dewan Smith, that is a good question. I haven't really thought about it yet because I was doing those on Mondays, and now that we've shifted everything over to Fridays, I had to figure it out. We'll do the Real Flight Fly-Ins again. I may do special shows on the first Monday of the month, and all of this is also like if Dave's RC comes back, we're shifting the whole show back to Monday. For now, I like Friday because it's the end of the week. I'm done with my work day. I do it a little later in the evening, and it just bleeds straight into the Zoom at the end of the show, which I think is great. It's a lot easier on my schedule. It's a lot easier, because like Mondays were hectic, man. Like, y'all know how it is. I mean, I work. I have a real job, right? So Mondays can be murder, especially if a bunch of weird crap happened over the weekend and we're in there fixing stuff all day Monday. I don't get out of that until 7. My wife's working, so I got to cook dinner. And it was like trying to get all of that stuff done and do a show at 8 o'clock. It just got to be where I just couldn't do it anymore, man. So this is much easier for my schedule. I don't have to skip shows anymore, which has been great. Um, you know, I'm I'm just able to get more done. I just got done filming a whole bunch of footage on installing all the electronics in the Kraton EXP. So that video is going to be coming soon. I haven't been able to film footage in months, and it's all from moving that schedule. So anyway, all that's to say, all that is to say that if we're going to do the real flight fly-in, I don't want it to be a substitute for the live show. I want to be a supplement to the live show. So what I will probably do is on the first Monday of every month, we will have a real flight fly-in, and it will be, during the time slot of the old show. That's Mickey B, that's right. The Black Friday fly-in. I don't know, we'll figure it out. Yes, I did decide to go with the Butt Light shirt tonight. Augered in, man. I really appreciate that, dude. Thank you. So what I hope to do is, and for all the air guys, listen, we're going to keep doing air stuff. Don't let these cars on the bench here worry you. We're still going to do air stuff, man. That's still my passion. We still got the airplanes hanging behind us. We're still going to do air stuff. But the fact is, I was doing surface when I was 8 years old. I've been doing surface for 30 plus years. Wow, 35 more than, oh shit. It's been a lot of years. 38 years. 38 of them. I'll be 46 next week. So yeah, it's been 38 years that I've been messing around with these things, man. That's crazy. And I've only started messing with the airplanes in like the last 6-7 years, full time, right? Where I was like, look, I'm going to do it. I'm going to learn it. I'm going to fly an instructor. I had a plane a lot of years ago. I got a couple of flights on it, but that was it, man. I put it in, it wrecked everywhere. It was balsa. It was running a nitro engine. I think I was running a 46 OS engine in that thing. It was like a big 40 size trainer. And at the time it was an ARF. I had a Futaba Conquest 4-channel radio. It came with 4 standard servos, which is great because that's how many it needed. And it was actually a really good airplane. It was very simple in nature. It was like a Train Star, I think. I think it was a Hobbyco plane. Great Planes or Hobbyco. Train Star 40. High wing, rubber bands. It wasn't a stick per se, but it may as well have been. It was a very boxy fuselage, style thing. And when I put it in, I mean, it was done. I didn't know nothing about repairing balsa. It wasn't, I didn't know anything about the AMA back then. It was something I wanted to try. And when I wrecked it, I was like, well, crap. I had no idea what any of this other stuff is. Since I've gotten back into aviation, I've had much more fun with it, like in these past 6 years. Obviously, I'm very passionate about the RC hobby at all, but this is where it all happened, was with Surface, when I was a little kid, you know, and Kenny and I, you know, have some interesting conversations because he was in air and surface stuff, you know, even before then. But a lot of the surface stuff that I was doing, you know, back in the late '80s and early '90s, you know, it takes us back to our roots. 'Cause it was really the beginning of higher performance surface RC, the beginning of like the Tamiya lines of like the monocoque tub chassis and the composites. Most of it was ABS plastic stuff back then. Um, but I had you know, a boatload of the Tamiya cars, and then got into the Team Associated stuff. You know, this was back when Team Associated first started, back when Losi first started. I mean, that's my roots. So don't be mad at me, you know, if I start doing a few surface stuff. Uh, this I was doing this long before airplanes. This isn't a new thing, right? So it my heart's in these too. The passion is there for all RC, whether it's cars, trucks, airplanes, boats, you name it. If it has an RC, you know, if it has a controller attached to it, and I can use this, you know, to make it drive around, or I can use, you know, that over there to make it fly, it's for me. I love it. And that's what it's all about to me. I love the entire hobby, not just one aspect of it. Um, and that's why I'm going to start doing some surface stuff too. So it's a little new for me, and hopefully we can start to reach that surface crowd and provide that same level of content, you know, with the tutorial videos, especially for like the DX5 Pro, because this thing is a pretty complicated beast. You know, this is the surface equivalent of like a DX9. It's awesome. It has a load of features in it that you wouldn't see in a lot of cars, because most of the cars out there now, they're all ready to run. All of them. They've got the radio. I mean, this, while it's bad to the bone, it came ready to run. All you need is a battery. Plug a battery in and you're gone. Whoosh. It's already got everything. You know, the airplanes, some of the airplanes come ready to fly, but for the most part, the airplanes, you know, that we get are bind and fly, and we have a radio and we understand how to program it. So, like I said, I hope that I can have the same impact with the surface crowd, just trying to expand the audience a little bit. I would love for the air people that you know, that are anti-surface to try a truck or a crawler and go out and have fun and explore some of the different areas of RC that I've been doing my whole life, and vice versa. I want some of the surface people who think that air RC is inaccessible to try out the air RC stuff, whether that's with a UMX Turbo Timber or a little Sport Cub S, you know, or even just getting real flight. Try it out in real flight first, and then, you know, sprout your wings, whatever. I want everybody to find enjoyment, you know, in the different disciplines of RC, if you will. So that's what it's all about. I'm not abandoning air or abandoning aviation. I just want to start having fun on the channel with everything RC. And we're just going to keep the name of the channel RC Air Marshal. I mean, it's my damn name. Get over it, motherfuckers. It's going to be a little bit like mixing water with oil. or oil and vinegar, like Italian dressing, but when you shake it up, it's still delicious. And Dewan, how do you like that Vortex? I never got one of those. No, defrost, it's still going to be RC Air Marshal because whatever. Oh, those mini Zs are cool, but they are expensive. Spencer, I know that you have seen one of these things ripping. I know you've seen one. And you know what they can do, man. To suggest that this is a kid's toy is insane. A kid would kill themselves with one of these. Like if this Kraton were to hit a kid in the leg, like it would seriously hurt them. Not like, oh, I need to call my mom. Like it would put them in the hospital. It would destroy whatever it hit on that kid. So I'm just saying, these things aren't exactly for kids. They're not toys. These are badass. You could definitely break your ankle. You could wreck somebody's day hitting them in the leg with one of these. They'd be in the hospital. They'd be in a cast, have surgery, pins up in their shit. I mean, sure, an airplane, a helicopter, it can kill somebody. But these things ain't jokes. They're nice. It's every bit as much as like saying that our airplanes are toys. To some people they are, but Spencer, I kind of get that. When you're in the car sales business, when you get home, the last thing that you want to do is talk about cars or go out and play with a car. I get it. It's hard to be a car enthusiast when you are working with cars all the time. So, yeah, that makes sense. I do think that you would enjoy it, but I totally get it. And it's all right if all you want to do is play with other people's stuff. That's cool, man. They are, yeah, they are. And Rich M, I know that you and Matt are also into the boats. I mean, much more than most people I know that are into the boats. You guys have some awesome stuff as far as boats go. So, I'd love to try something out like that one day. Like a really like badass boat, not like a little like I want to try something out that'll like kill a bitch. And for the PC police out there watching YouTube right now, I don't mean like literally kill somebody. I have no desire to hurt anyone or put anyone in the hospital. I'm just saying that if you don't respect these vehicles, they can hurt you bad. That's it. Anyway. Mark, I agree. Look, I am not disagreeing with you guys that airplanes are a lot cooler, in my opinion. I also agree. The airplanes are a lot cooler. But what I'll tell you is that the cars and trucks, there's a lot more going on in these things than there is in an airplane. Even though it's only a 2-channel radio, when you get into like the number of parts for an airplane they can fit on one page. You know, you got a wing here, you got a wing here, you got some control rods, you got a couple of servos, some flappy things. You know, the parts list of an airplane until you get into really complex aircraft, like, you know, like a free wing F-14, for example, lots of parts. This thing has like probably 1,000 parts, not 100, 1,000 parts. You know, each body panel, each little grill, you know, these little hoses, the shocks, the shock springs, the shock internals, the shock bodies, you know, the preload collars, the tie rods, the ball links, the A-arms, screws, nuts, bolts. There's a ton of stuff going on inside one of these little cars. The differentials, you know, when we get inside the differential and we see like the sun gears and planetary gears, or in the, you know, the differentials that are using the spider gear setups, the input gears and ring gears and center diffs and, you know, center drive shaft, chassis braces, light bars, blah, 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 blah. It's all a bunch of crap. But these are very complex machines. You know, they aren't toys. But like I said, man, I'd love to try out like one of those awesome boats. You know, like the big what are they? I don't even know what they're called, you know, but I know that they're badass. Like the big cigarette boats, maybe not cigarette boats, the ones that are like the dual hull. What are they? Catamarans, but they're like race boats, like the Miss Budweiser or the you know, the Miss Geico, the Blackjack. I mean, those things are freaking amazing. Hey, yeah, that's true. Hydroplanes. There you go. The one on the right. This one is this the one you're asking about? This is the Losi Lasernut. Available at Horizon. The nut laser, that's right. Hey, they all have an element of risk to some degree. Here's the thing, right? The one thing that makes cars inherently less exciting than an airplane, everything that you guys are saying, look, I love both, man. I love airplanes and I love the cars. The one thing about cars that is inherently less exciting than airplanes is you're not fighting with gravity. So if things get out of hand, you just let go and wait for the thing to stop. And wherever it stops, you can go, you can pick it up, and you can go home. With an airplane, once you're in the air, the excitement doesn't end. You don't get the option of just putting the controller down and letting it sit where it may, unless you just don't care about your model and you never want to see it again. You know, so when we put that airplane up in the sky, you have to fly it. You have to get it back. And that's, you know, so there are things, I think that flying an airplane is far more challenging than driving a car. You know, don't get me wrong, but I love these for what they are, right? So everything, I love the cars, the complexity of them, the you know, the scale, fidelity, I mean, is there other cars like this? Not really. There's certainly nothing like these things. This one is actually a replica of a real vehicle. The Lasernut is. But, you know, for like the vehicles, the surface stuff, there's very little risk. involved when you, set out on your way for a day of surface RC. With an airplane, every time you put that thing in the air, there is a pretty good chance. I know that a lot of you guys, you don't wreck your airplanes very often, but everybody has wrecked an airplane. Everyone. I mean, to the point that you would never get it back. Like, all of us have probably wrecked an airplane to the point that it was done. And the only option you had was to just throw it away. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think we've all been there. And if you haven't been there yet, you just haven't been flying long enough. Don't worry. You'll meet your day. You will meet your day when you run into an airplane that you're not going to be able to take home. There's not going to be nothing left. It's just going to be worthless, dude. It's not even worth messing with to try to repair it. The best course of action is to just pull your electronics and throw that bitch in the trash. That's what I like about the aviation side. That's what I like about airplanes, is there is that risk. There's that excitement. There's it's like the messing with Sasquatch thing, where like they're holding the hose and Sasquatch is trying to drink some water and they let the hole go, they let the hose go and it splashes him all in the face and then he gets mad, and he sees who did it and he starts running. Like, every time you put an airplane in the air, you're like squirting water in Mother Nature's face. You're messing with Sasquatch. You're messing with Sasquatch. Spencer, you gonna get some tonight? Are you gonna get some tonight, or are you gonna let Wrightsa do all the yelling? Either way, I'm fine. Either way, that makes me happy. I just want someone to get yelled at. Like every week. Paul Ballard, what's going on? And look, I know that there's also some of you closet people in here that sit here and they talk a big nasty game about like, oh man, Surface is stupid and blah, blah, blah. But I see you motherfuckers. I see you at the meets, coming around looking at the cars, like from behind the trailer or something. You're like looking at the cars jumping and you're like, man, that's cool. And then you don't say nothing and you go and you like hide and you step back and you're like, I can't let these people know, that I liked what I saw over there. I got to pretend to hate these cars. It's cool. We know who you are. We know who you are. But these things are awesome. We're going to be putting some videos out soon. And, it's like Ryan has said before, these things fly too. In fact, that's why I like this 6S Kraton so much, because it flies, dude. It's awesome. All right. So, the other thing that I like about Fridays is that the show is only an hour, so we have to burn through a lot of topics really quick. Oh, Mark M., they're fantastic, dude. Start with something small. Start with same way with the airplanes, right? We tell everybody, like, start with an apprentice. If you want to try out Surface RC, get you one of the cheaper trucks. Get you like a 3S. Like one of the 3S, like the Big Rock would be great. It's ready to run, the Arma Big Rock, and I think you'll have fun with it. If you want to try crawling, try like an axial, or not an axial, try the Red Cat Gen 8. There's other brands out there. I mean, you don't have to go and get an Arma. You don't have to go get a Traxxas. The Traxxas, E-Revo, the Traxxas Max, the X-Max, all awesome, bad to the bone. The Traxxas TRX4s are great. The TRX6 is pretty badass too. That is the 6-wheel drive. You don't have to go like over the top right out of the gate. You can get something that's a little more budget friendly, rip it up, and have fun with it. See if it's even something you like. And then if it is, then you can go big. Oh, Paul. Hell yeah. Dude, if you haven't had an RC truck since 1990, if you follow the that's all I got to do. Just shove them. Just shove them right off the table, dude. We'll be all right. And so will the trucks. These trucks are nasty, dude. You can shove them off the table. They'll be fine. Yeah, SCX 10.2 is pretty affordable. I think the Red Cat Gen 8 V2 is probably one of the most budget friendly, awesome crawlers out there. Like the bang for your buck with the Red Cat Gen 8, if you want a crawler, is out of this world. I think the bang for your buck, if you want the most out of your dollars, is probably the SCX 10.3. If you want better scale fidelity, I think the Traxxas, like the TRX4, is probably better. There's a lot of really cool things. I'm not going to get rockets. I'm not getting rockets. George, Amy likes the trucks better than she likes the airplanes. We're actually going to go out tomorrow and play with these things. And now she has her own 6S Kraton. She got a 6S Kraton. She's got her own crawler. She has an SCX 10.3. She's got some cars, man. She likes them. I ain't trying to make a channel that competes with anybody else, but I'm just saying. I think that we could pull it off if we really wanted to. But we're not trying to do that. That's not who we're trying to be. So anyway, I am going to fire up the Zoom. Now, for those of you guys that visit us every week, you know that every Friday night we do a Zoom session. For those of you guys that are not big computer people, you figured out how to run YouTube, and that is the extent of your computer knowledge. Do not fear. There are major corporations that use Zoom all the time. Zoom is a very secure and steady platform. You are not going to get hacked by using Zoom. The Chinese aren't going to come and invade your house. The CIA and the NSA are already listening to your cell phone conversations anyway. So what difference does it make if they're listening to your Zoom session too? The Zoom sessions are a lot of fun. I hope that you will join us. I will have links in the description. The crawlers run forever, Doyle. No kidding, dude. We're going to have links in the description on how to join us in the Zoom session. So just like all you people that work from home, you work remote, you have meetings every day, you get into Microsoft Teams, you get into Cisco WebEx, right? Zoom is the same type of thing. It's a video teleconference platform. We're going to start up a Zoom session. I hope that you guys will join us. Let's see. We're going to start up a new meeting. Look at that sexy dude. What up? Oh, what up? All right. And we are going to go into here. We're going to turn that on so Kenny can mess around. And then we're going to come and now I get it. For some of you guys, you know, that think that we're wholesome people, the Zoom's not going to be for you, right? Maybe. We get pretty nasty and gnarly in the Zoom sessions. And I get it, man. Like, it can get out of hand sometimes. But we have a lot of fun in there, too. For the most part, we're talking about RC, but we also talk about a lot of other stuff, too. All right. So, there is the link to the Zoom session. Like I said, I hope that you guys will join us. Because it is a great time for everybody. It's free. You don't have to pay for it. I do that. You know, so as long as you guys keep watching my videos, YouTube pays me enough every month where I can get this Zoom thing going. And we just have a great time in there in the Zoom session. So, Jeff in Lower Alabama, what's up? You got here just in time to catch the link to the Zoom session because that's what we're doing. We're rolling right into the Zoom. So like I said, I mean, I like the idea of doing these shows on Friday because we can blow through a lot of topics. Next week, we'll probably be talking about airplanes again, and that's awesome. Make sure to click my links, punks. I'm just kidding, you're not punks. But if you want cool stuff, be sure to head over to rcairmarshal.com and check it out. Now, before we leave, I want to show you guys something, and a lot of you guys probably have this already, right? But this was one of those things that I had to have because, man, these things just get lost way too much. All the time, I am forever losing, especially from motors and crap like that. I am losing little E-clips, C-clips, C-clips, whatever you want to call them. I lose these things all the time. So for like $10, and it's because this truck right here, I needed one for the motor shaft. The motor didn't come with one. The truck didn't come with it. So I just bought like a little case. Oh no, a little case of like, it's like 30 of like every size C-clip there is. And I was like, yes, yes, please. Because I am losing these things all the time, right? Airplanes, cars, trucks, boats, I don't care what kind of RC you're into, you need some C-clips because you're going to lose them. And you're probably going to lose a lot of them. Buying this little box of C-clips has already saved me twice, and I just got it today. I just got it today. I've already had to use 2 of them. This box of C-clips, it'll change your RC life. Just go to Amazon, look for E-clips, metric, and you can find like boxes of them for like $10. It will change your RC life. I'll add them to my Amazon store. I also got this little tool. And this little tool is called, it's Dynamite, right? So it's a company that makes like RC engines, right? It's a Horizon-owned company now. I think they used to be Hobbycomb. But inside this little tool is all these little things, and there are bigger versions of it, but you know, it looks like that, kind of like a Swiss Army knife. And each one of these is a different size. So they have like 5mm, 1.5mm all the way up to 5mm. And it is an E-clip tool. And what it does is it's got like a little groove in the end of it. And you just slide the little E-clip in there, and it holds onto it so you can snap it into whatever you're working on, which is awesome. It like holds onto it so you can work with it without it flying. So these things are great. The little tool is great. Having a whole box of spare E-clips, especially in metric, is just game changing when you're working on RC stuff and you have that E-clip that goes flying across the room and you can't find it. This $10 will change your RC life. If you spend another $10 and get the little ultimate E-clip tool, that'll change your RC life too. Just trying to give you guys the lowdown on the best stuff out there to change your RC life. This is where you come to find it. Guys, we're going to go ahead and call it a night. I'm going to put one more link to the Zoom into the chat. Hopefully that made it to the chat. There we go. There we go. A little bit of delay. So, yes, please come hang out with us in the Zoom. Click on the link. We're going to go ahead and say goodnight for the night. Be sure to visit https://rcairmarshal.com. Click on any of the links that you find there on the homepage, and all of those are affiliate links, and they offer a small commission to me at no additional cost to you. We appreciate you guys using them. Thank you everybody for watching tonight. Please come hang out with us. Click the link to the Zoom. We're also going to be posting that in Facebook. Come hang out with us in the Zoom. And don't just lurk, man. Talk to us. It's a fun time. Don't be the introvert. We don't know who you were as a kid. You don't have to be introverted. You can come into Zoom and pretend to be like an internet badass, and none of us are going to know. Anyway, y'all, everybody have a great night. We will see you guys all next Friday.